This week we're talking Katy Perry versus Cara Diaguardi, the Jersey Shore contract renewal drama, and a chat with the man who started the I'm with Coco craze. That, plus you get to guess how many Altoids I can put on my tongue before I start crying. I'll give you a hint. The answer's 1. We got your Tube Talk coming right up, but first there was an incident on The Price is Right this week. And just in case you missed it because you have a job and you're a productive member of society, here's this shot of a contestant fainting during the showcase.
You'll be able to get just about anything at the Mall of America with your gift cards, but there's one thing that you can't. A brand new car!
Now, do you know what I love about those internets? They have Price is Right clips from 1986 on there. So, the remix.
You'll be able to get just about anything at the Mall of America with your gift cards, but there's one thing that you can't. A brand new car!
Well, I'd probably faint over an 86 Stang. Cassette player came stock. Tube Talk.
Oh, Rusty is bumping Tony from behind. Holy cow, Tony flips his car. Think about that for a moment now.
Kiss my fat.
It's been a bit of a week for American Idol. The dream-crushing tour stopped by the City of Angels this week, where guest judges Avril Lavigne and Katy Perry dropped by to help send people home. And though this is the part of the season where horrendous performers get their turn and we're supposed to believe they take themselves seriously, the genuine disgust belonged to Katy Perry, because they put her chair next to Cara's.
I kissed the dolphin. I liked it.
This up. I'll have to throw my Coke in your face.
In case you're wondering, she didn't actually do it. Behind the Idol scenes, there's a bit of a buzz going around that Paula Abdul could cha-cha her way into the next season of Dancing with the Stars. Multiple sources are reporting the former judge isn't exactly thrilled with the prospect of joining the show, but she'd consider it if it led to a larger role with ABC. Then there's Idol short-timer Simon Cowell, who, as you know, is gone after this year, and who may be set to replace him? If you guessed 90s one-hit wonder Biz Markie, you're wrong. It's actually Mariah Carey's ex-husband Tommy Mottola. People magazine reports Idol producers are wooing the former Sony Music head honcho to fill Simon's spot. And with a track record of producing hitmakers like Jessica Simpson and J-Lo, why not? Provided we can forgive him for bringing us Celine Dion. It's not going to be easy. Moving on, the cast of Jersey Shore is getting a bit too big for their knockoff Armani threads. This week, the New York Post ran an article reporting the castmates told MTV to go shove an offer to come back for season 2 unless the network forks over $10,000 per episode per person. Cast members netted a mere $200 per show for season 1, but with sky-high ratings, they say they're worth more. But MTV ain't blinking, with a source telling the Post the cast is replaceable. Just waiting for the call. Snooki, however, begs to differ with the network. She's quoted in the article as saying, "When we try to go to TGI Fridays or Applebee's, we can't eat because people go crazy." Bet they do. And speaking of this one, have you heard the Snooki song?
Before I leave, tease my hair, put the poop in the back, and most importantly, I gotta bronze my face with shellac.
But you can take your hair off, so... Finally, that whole Tonight Show mess has worked itself out, and now it's time for Jay to pretend he didn't weasel Conan O'Brien out of his slot after ratings for his new show made the XFL look like American Idol. Mr. Leno went on Oprah this week in an attempt to repair his image.
Have you talked to Conan in person?
I haven't talked to him since all this. No, I haven't.
Did you want to pick up the phone?
Yeah, but it didn't seem appropriate.
Why?
Because he'd have to admit to stealing a man's dream while pretending he knew nothing about it? Come on, Harpo. That said, don't feel bad for Coco. The funny man's resting on the beach, hopefully under a very large umbrella, counting the massive settlement he swiped from the Peacock network, all while the O'Brien militia continues to praise his holy name. Thanks in large part to Mike Mitchell, the brains behind the I'm with Coco movement, including that iconic image you saw on all those rally posters. And swell guy that he is, Mr. Mitchell even called into the toast to give us all his thoughts on this unprecedented response.
I think people will just really appreciate who he is, and it was really easy for people to get behind him. And even with, the millions of dollars that he makes, he's still kind of just an employee getting screwed by his boss, and, that resonates with people.
That's right. Don't let the white man keep you down. Freaking white man. Stargazing? Haven't talked about Tiger in a while because, frankly, there hasn't been any Tiger news. Besides reports he's at a sex rehab clinic in Mississippi and Ellen's considering dropping her divorce threats. Boring! Until now. Because details are finally out about the night of that mysterious car crash that started it all. Up to this point, we've had only a few shots of the aftermath and that sketchy Chinese news agency's animation to go by, and we've had to connect the dots from there. Well, thankfully this week the Daily Beast says 2 of Ellen's friends came forward and spilled the details of that Thanksgiving incident. As the story goes, Tiger warned Ellen about the Enquirer piece that detailed his affair with Rachel Uchitel. And though he swore the story wasn't true, Ellen became suspicious and the two argued until the golfer took an Ambien and caught some Z's. At which point Ellen grabbed her hubby's cell phone, found Rachel's number in it, and texted her pretending to be Tiger. That led to a phone call, at which point the mistress found herself exposed and Ellen found herself furious. But she acted sensibly and woke Tiger up, punched him repeatedly, and chased him out of the house, golf club in hand. And you know what happened next. So there it is. And if that's not enough for you, we have a link to the full story on ToastedRev.com. Meanwhile, let's move on to another couple whose days may be numbered. Brad and Angelina. The New York Daily News is reporting the two met with a lawyer in LA recently to hammer out an agreement that protects their assets in the case of a breakup. The couple's absence at the recent SAG and Golden Globe Awards ceremonies has only added fuel to the rumors that they may be headed to Splitsville, where I'll be waiting with the net and a Cambodian orphan, hoping to snag me and Angie. I have my methods. Let's visit the real world. Two big ones to speak of this week. We'll begin with When in Rome, starring the lady who won't return my phone calls and Josh Duhamel. Mr. Duhamel and Kristen Bell star as a couple of crazy Americanites who cross paths in Italy's capital. Only problem is, Milady plucked a few coins from the Fountain of Love, so, as legend has it, a gaggle of unwanted romantic attention comes her way.
Seeing that look before, you're intimidated because I'm a model.
Whoa!
Yes, you're welcome.
I still would. Fievel, I mean. Finally, we have Edge of Darkness, starring Mel Gibson as Thomas Craven, a Boston Kappa whose daughter winds up dead in what appears to be a failed attempt to take Thomas's life. Mr. Craven then sets out to find his daughter's killer, and he uncovers a web of conspiracy in the process.
You're gonna follow me to the city of Boston. Welcome to hell. What does it feel like?
Hell? I'd say Detroit. A lot like Detroit. Well, it's time to go. Visit ToastedRev.com for past episodes and movie reviews. And if you really want to roll with us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, username ToastedRev. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.